It is time for another Empties. I have all of the products that I used up in the month of May, and I'm just gonna jump right in and start talking about them. Hopefully I can make it through. I feel like I've been hit with a case of the the blahs, the uggs. I don't want to do anything. Your eyelids are so sleepy. Don't you want to just shut them? But I'm going to try to power through and just talk about these. So I know that sometimes I try to divide them into categories and talk about them in groups, but to be honest, I can't really be bothered to do that right now. I'm just going to pull them from the bin one by one and talk about them. First up, this Origins Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience. I use this as just a hydrating essence, as like the first thing that I put on my skin after I've washed it. It's fine. It gets the job done. This is the second one that I've gone through. For a while they had been at Marshall's, and then they started going on clearance, so I ended up picking this one up on clearance, I think. It's fine as a essence type step. I don't know if it actually did the things that it claims to do. I just use it as a hydrating step. It does okay for that. I still have a toner thing that I'm working through right now, so I don't need anything. But I would probably just get a CosRX one, full price for this. I don't think it's worth it for the location that it is in my skincare routine, if that makes sense. So, okay, but I won't repurchase. Next up is a body gel, Nature Box. I don't know. It's the almond oil scent. I really love the scent of almond things for the shower. They sold these at Meijer for a while. They just all went on clearance and it was only $1, so I just bought a few of them. It gets the job done. It's a body wash. You know? A Good Molecules Niacinamide Serum. This is good. I've gone through multiple bottles of this. I like the value of it. You get quite a bit for the price. Good Molecules, for the most part, is a pretty reasonably priced skincare line. I have sort of made a decision, though, in terms of skincare products, in that I don't want to be buying single ingredient products, if that makes sense. So I want to try to find things that has multiple active ingredients that I'm looking for, so that I don't feel like I'm constantly just putting 18 different layers on my skin. So because of that, I probably won't be buying this again, but if you're looking for just plain niacinamide, this is pretty good. Another thing along those lines is the Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is the larger bottle of it. I've gone through multiples of these, but for the same reason as the niacinamide, I probably won't be buying this again. If I feel like I'm needing hyaluronic acid in my routine, I want to find a product that has multiple active ingredients that I'm looking to use, so that I'm just using less products. I finished this little sample size of the Herbivore Pink Cloud Soft Moisture Cream. It was okay. I feel like it kind of had an odd finish on the skin. It almost left a matte finish, kind of. It was kind of weird. Or maybe it was just that it's too old. Maybe I know that I've had this for quite some time and I only just now was using it. So maybe it's just too old. I noticed that it tended to pill sometimes on top of other things in my skincare routine, and when I went to put on my makeup, even if I just started rubbing my skin, it started to do a weird pilling. So because of that, I wouldn't ever buy the full size of this. I don't have the patience or time or whatever to try to figure out what exactly it was mixing with that was making it pill. I don't want my products to be that high maintenance, so because of that, I won't buy the full size of this. Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. This is the third, I think, container that I went through. it's pretty good. It's a really good, just basic moisturizer. This one in particular, I think I had just had it open for too long because I felt like I started breaking out when I used it more frequently. Like I have like 5 moisturizers open right now or something. It's kind of ridiculous. So because I thought that this was making me break out, I just finished it up by using it on my neck and chest, or like even on my arms or something. It's just plain moisturizer. The other the other tubs of this that I went through, I don't remember it ever breaking me out. So I think it was just because of how old this was. Yes, I finished a Special Solution Honey Black Sugar Scrub. It's by Milani. I get it off of Amazon. I think it's meant to be used as a scrub, but when I use this, I tend to kind of use it as a mask. So I'll put it on and leave it sit for a few minutes and then like rub in circular motions as if it were a scrub. I really like using this. It's a good exfoliator. I don't think I need a mask right now. I'm sort of reevaluating my stance on masks and whether like a face mask as a whole is a category, or whether or not the effects of it is like its own thing. So this would be considered to me an exfoliating mask, but then is this different than having like a hydrating mask? I don't really know. So I'm just gonna wait until I get through. I just want to get all of my skincare samples that I have to like a reasonable level before I think about repurchasing any categories of my skincare, unless it's like a mainstay that like I absolutely need to get through on a day-to-day basis. For me, masks are not one of those things, so I won't be repurchasing this at this time, but I definitely would. This is the second one that I've been through as it is, so I really like this. I finished a Beauty Blender Solid Cleanser. This is really good for cleaning your beauty blenders. I feel like I go through it too quickly to make it worth buying it again, I think. I tend to use like a cast style soap like the Dr. Bronner's to cleanse my makeup sponges and my brushes, and that seems to work just fine. So I wouldn't spend the extra money to get this because the Dr. Bronner's is working just fine. Finished a Clinique All About Clean Rinse Off Foaming Cleanser. I did not like this. It was super thick. It foamed a lot. It just was kind of annoying to use. Yeah, so I wouldn't buy the full size of this. I finished a Propolis Synergy Toner by CosRX. I think of all of the like hydrating essence toner type things that I have used, I think this one might be my favorite. So when it comes time to needing that step in my routine, I would get this one to be that step. As I said before, I kind of just want to get all of my skincare samples down to a more reasonable amount before I start thinking about adding steps. And it's like getting into summer right now, so my skin is less dry and less in need of an essence type step. So I won't get this now, but if I'm not down to a reasonable amount of skincare samples as it gets closer to like fall and winter, I would get this because I'll probably be needing it. I went through a little Hemp's Original Moisturizer. I had this at work to use as like hand lotion on my desk. This is really great as a hand lotion. Am I the only one? I don't like the feeling of lotion on the palms of my hands, so when I use lotion on my hands, I just put it on the back of my hands and then just rub like this. Does anyone else do that? I hate the feeling of like lotioned hands. Does that make any sense? I don't know. This is great. I currently have another hand lotion at work right now, and I have, I believe, a few others that I would need to go through first, but I would get this again. Finished a makeup spray, the Milani Make It Last. I don't know if it says that it makes it last for 16 hours. I don't know if that's the case. I don't ever wear my makeup for 16 hours. To me, a setting spray is a setting spray, kind of, you know? I mostly just like it to let everything soak together, you know? Yeah. Where am I going with this? I don't know. It was fine. I have other setting sprays right now. I think setting spray is probably a category that I would be perfectly content to stick with drugstore options. Yep. Okay. I finished a little Redken hairspray sample, the Control Addict 28. It was fine. It worked like a hairspray. I don't use hairspray very often, but when I needed it, it got the job done. I finished a little sample of the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. This is great. I've had the full size in the past and I liked it. That was like years ago that I had that. And this just reminded me how much I liked it. It is pretty thick and emollient, and I feel like it provides a pretty good amount of hydration under the eyes. I don't need an eye cream right now, but I would consider purchasing this again. I finished a little sample of the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. It's a micellar water. I basically only ever use micellar water to get makeup like swatches off the back of my hand. Like if I've just been like going crazy and had a swatch party, this is what I use to take all of it off. I can't even really tell you the last time I bought a micellar water. For the longest time, the micellar waters kept coming in the Beautylish Lucky bags, and since I didn't use it very often, I like always had them. So I don't know that I've actually ever like sought one out to purchase, but I think a Garnier would be just fine for that. Speaking of, I also finished this Bioderma. This is one of the ones that came in the Lucky bag. Bioderma is fine. I don't know that I can really tell a difference between this and that Garnier one, but I also don't use it to remove face makeup, so maybe it's different once it's on your face. But because I use waterproof mascara, I always need to have a cleansing like balm or oil to remove my makeup. A micellar water is not going to remove my waterproof mascara, so it's kind of pointless for me to use it on the rest of my face, you know? It's fine. I finished this little Lactose Soothing Toner. I honestly don't even know where this came from. It was just in with all of my samples. It was okay, I guess. I don't know that it kind of had a weird smell, which made me just not want to use it. It was oddly like not quite minty, but kind of herbal. It was just a really weird scent, and because of the scent in it, I just didn't want to put it on my face. I finished a little sample sachet of the Youth to the People cleanser, the superfood cleanser. Do they have more than one cleanser? I'm not sure. I've gone through multiple samples of this in the past. It's fine. It works good as a cleanser. I don't know that I would ever seek it out to buy it. I don't know. Because cleansers are only on your face for a short amount of time, it seems silly to pay like Sephora prices for it. So I probably won't buy the full size of this ever. Speaking of, I finished a Fit Glow Beauty Calm Cleansing Milk. This is pretty pleasant to use, but again, a cleanser isn't on your face for very long. It doesn't make sense to spend a lot of money on it, and Fit Glow Beauty is quite expensive in my opinion, so I would not ever buy the full size of this. I finished what is this actually called? I can't see because the metal all... I don't know what the actual name of this is, but it's whatever the Good Molecules BHA cream is, gel cream. So I reincorporated using a BHA into my routine, and I feel like it's really helped with the acne that I have been having. Good Molecules is pretty great because the price is so low. This is in the gel form, and I think I've decided that I like to use the salicylic acid in a toner form. So right now I'm using the Polish Choice, whatever thing, it's in the gray bottle, 2% BHA I think. I will just continue to use BHAs in a toner form rather than a gel, but this is great if you want that step in your routine to be in a gel form and not a toner form. I finished this little sample of the Clean Reserve. The scent is Radiant Nectar. I liked the way that it smelled. I have so many perfumes that I don't need any right now, and by the time it comes down to needing a perfume, I probably would have forgotten all about this, so I probably won't ever buy the full size of it. I finished a little mini size of the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Ginger Snap. I really liked the scent of this, but it was brown, and the way that I use the lip sleeping mask, or basically anything that I'm putting on my lips at night, is I just like slather it all over. I'm not paying attention to where it's going. Because it's at night, I'm just going to bed, like it's fine, but when you put this on, because it's brown, it kind of just looks like you're a toddler that got into a chocolate stash, kind of. I probably won't ever get any scents of this that are in like a darker color, but the formula of the Laneige lip sleeping masks are great, and I have like quite a few others right now that I will continue using. Okay, this isn't completely empty, but it is eons old. It's the By Terry Baume de Rose, but in like lip gloss form. Remember when I feel like everyone and their mother had to have this? Now the scent of it to me is pretty nostalgic because I feel like it just brings back old school memories. But when I think about, like, do I actually enjoy that scent? I'm not sure that I do. I wouldn't ever buy this again. And the last thing, I finished this tint kit. It's technically for like beards or like small areas on your scalp, it says, but facial hair. But I use it to tint my eyebrows, and it actually took me like three or 4 years to go through it. I've taken breaks from dyeing my eyebrows where like I just don't dye them for a very long time. Then sometimes I do dye them every 4 to 6 weeks. But I really like this for that, and I've already repurchased another one. But what I like about this is the dye comes in little capsules, and the way that I was able to spread it out and make it last for years is that I don't use the full capsule when I'm mixing it to use it, because I mean your eyebrows are so small compared to what like a beard is. You hardly need any dye, and the mixing medium or the developer, whatever that you mix it with, it just says that it needs to be equal parts. So I sprinkle the dye in like just a little bit, and then put that little bit of developer in, and each time I use it I end up still having like way more than what I actually needed. So that's a good tip for you if you use kits like this for dyeing your eyebrows, is like you don't have to use the whole capsule, you know? You just sprinkle a little bit out and then put it back together. I just find that it's great for dyeing my eyebrows. And that's everything. Thanks for hanging out with me while I talked about my trash today. I am doing a no buy year, so every month I've had a ton of empties. If you like that kind of thing, stick around, subscribe. If you like this video, hit the like button. Other than that, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.